We wanted to bring together some of the world's leading civil society experts on finance and development. And so the idea was to get everybody together here and really discuss a much better program for transforming the world economy.
I'm really looking forward to get a shared understanding of the threats and the trends we have in our hands, and of course build our work into the future. So with partners we are already in touch with, of course, but trying to think of new things that we could do together to improve the things we are fighting for. So fair taxation, good aid, and transparency.
We have people from all over Europe who, many of them are very much alone within their own countries trying to raise a critical voice, and here they can get together and they can really start feeling that they are part of a global movement, and that's very important. And that's why it's really important that we bring these southern partners here as well, so that they can really see that there is global consensus about this, that people are informed, that our arguments are credible, and that we're on the right track.
I think it's very timely because we're dealing with a number of huge global shifts. I think we all don't know yet how to tackle them, but I think we're willing to tackle them. We want to get somewhere, we want to do something about it and something meaningful.
What I hope others will take from here is that to build an alternative, we should have a much more precise and critical understanding of what does exist. So that it's good to build dreams on the basis of a very critical, precise knowledge.
Well, I mean, what's fantastic to see is there's probably 4 times as many people here today as there were when we first started. And I think bringing everyone together in one place gives people a sense of solidarity and makes it easy to go home and do your day job.
A lot of us are feeling that the world is in crisis and there is no solution in sight. And we felt that if we come together in a bigger group and we can basically find out some of the solutions that we can work together on, so it gave me some sort of a hope.
Actually, this conference is really much more than development. It's really talking about financial system, capital system. We need to improve people's life, you know.
Well, I think it's quite important to have conferences like this because they bring together a large group of people who do what, by the way, corporations do as well. They lobby. So we need that lobbying power. We need, if you like, countervailing lobbying power.
I think it's always enriching when you have a gathering like this where people can converge and discuss what the different analyses that there are in civil society's voice to convey concerns, bring issues to attention. That I think it's very healthy and very important to have those views.
I see a lot of passion, which sort of gets a little bit lost in sort of the academic think tank world where we're so focused on collecting the evidence. But this passion and this drive to really, really affect change, and you can feel it. You can feel it in the room.
I think we tried to map out various issues which should be addressed. And I think based on that discussion and the kind of questions which were raised, that shows that there is a much greater interest on how to reform and change the global financial system.
There's no point just getting depressed at how bad things are. That you have to actually go out there and be willing to change it. And in a way, the young are better placed. And I have a lot of faith in their fundamental progressive approach, which I do believe is not going to let the world collapse as we sometimes think it will.
It's been a fantastic success, but most importantly I think we've done 3 things really. First, we've managed to have a real good discussion about the underlying reasons for the failures of the global economy. Second, we've moved to quite practical ideas about what we can do, specific policies we could change or we could campaign on that could change the economy. And third, we're going to sit down and actually practically plan the next steps of our campaigns.